Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Piyush Agrawal and this is Automate with Piyush. So guys, again in this video I'm going to go over with the new solution walkthrough of a bot from Bots DNA technology. So this time we are going to solve the virtual plots use case. So let's jump over it. What is the requirement? So first of all, for this bot, we will have this input.xlsx file already available with the bot. I have already downloaded over here. So this is the data that is available. Let me put it over here. Now in this, we have got a seller's mobile number, seller's email, buyer's mobile number, buyer's email, what is the plot number and what is square feet. So basically this use case is around buying and selling a plot between different people. Okay, now these sellers email and buyers email are what I have done. In this input file there would be dummy emails, so I have instead replaced them with my personal email IDs. Seller is one and another is buyer email ID for all the transactions. Now what bot is supposed to do, it is supposed to pick this number only the 10 digits mobile number, not +91 or 0 or hyphen, nothing. It should just take the 10 digits of a mobile number and search in this page. Let's say I have done over here. So he found that there is H Paparao, the name of a person having this mobile number. Now this mobile number is under seller's mobile number, so bot will mark H Paparao as seller. Now if I go with another one, like for this particular transaction the buyer's mobile number is this. Now for this there is no +91 or 0, this is just a 10 digit number, so I can directly use this, paste this. Now it's S Krishna and this is buyer, so bot will mark the buyer column radio button, and it is also supposed to take what is the name of the seller and name of the buyer copied in its memory. Now the plot number is 34 and square feet is 230. So to write 34 over here, 230 over here, and click on submit. Now a booking number is generated out of this. So bot will copy this. First it is supposed to put this transaction number over here as well, so it needs to keep a record of it. And there is a second thing that it's supposed to do. Let's go back. There is a booking email.pdf. So basically a template is provided using which we need to send the email to both buyer and the seller. So there your seller name like S Paparao and S Krishna, your new plot number, square feet has been generated. Here instead of date and time, a timestamp should come of current date when the bot has booked this order, and a simple table should be there. What is the booking number, buyer name, phone number, seller name and seller phone number. So that is the use case that we are going to automate. So let's go through this, the what is the walkthrough of this. So first of all, while you are studying you need to do some prep work. So for example, once you download the input file, you need to replace the buyer's email and seller's email with your customized email which are in functioning. Okay, second thing, the email template. So I have done the prep work for the email.txt. Here this is how your email template would look like. Let's open both of them in parallel so it would be easy to understand. Here notepad. So here we can see dear seller name and buyer name. So here it will come ampersand and comma. Where I want to replace something by the bot, I have put it like angular bracket seller angular, but that is a kind of keyword. Same for buyer. And then these two break tags, this is HTML coding. We use angular br tag to if you want a new line. So after comma, if I want a new line, that is one break tag. If I want a blank line over there again, then again a break tag. So two break tags will come over here. Next, I am changing this plot number. So over here again, I have used a keyword. Same for square feet and date. And here I am using a booking details keyword, which is for this complete table that will be replaced on the runtime, and your thanks plot bot keyword. Okay, so I will just save this. Hope you understood that part. Now again, going back to the solution. So I have got a multiple assign, which is having the file path and the email txt path. Okay, these are the two input files. Then we are simply killing the Excel, because Excel will be required in this process, and the Chrome browser. And here is the output data table, which is just column 1 and column 2. This is simply a structure I have created, which I would need for this table, which we are sending in the final mail. Okay, I will tell the reason about this as well, why we are not putting any proper headers or not. So for this, I have created a variable dt underscore output. Then I am using get secure credentials. This activity is present in uipath.credentials.activities package. Using this activity, I can get my credentials from Windows Credential Manager. So if anyone of you doesn't know about the Windows Credential Manager, just let me show you once. Windows Credential Manager. Here, this is just like your orchestrator assets. If you don't want to use your orchestrator to fetch any kind of credential or asset, you can store them over here in this Windows credential. Like over here, I have got multiple credentials. This is the one that I am going to use. This credential value will contains my username and password for the Gmail, which I can use to send any kind of email. Okay, so simply I am creating password and username out of it. Then we are using the use application browser activity to open the virtual plots page. Here again, if you are following my playlist, just make sure to put input mode as simulate, maximize the screen, and open if not all open, and never close it, because we want to see the output. Once if you are running it finally, you can mark it as always as well. Then we are reading the input file by passing the file path and checking the add headers as true, and saving the data in dt underscore plot data. Now again, I am mentioning dt always with the data table is because that is a best practice that you should follow. Then we have used extract data table, that once the page is open, it should extract the whole table, this table, and store it in a variable. Let's say extract data table. Now we have got the whole data table. We are going to iterate over the plot data and fetch all the entries into certain variables. Like first comes the seller number. Okay, so this was the a good part where you need to scratch your brain how to do that. So the idea is you have this number, and what you need to do, you are supposed to get only the last 10 digits. Okay, because in the initial it could be any kind of extension. Right now it's plus 91 or 91. If the number could be non-Indian, that could be some kind of international other extension could be. So what is the logic how to get only the 10 digit mobile number is, let me open a notepad for that. Okay, so this is the number. Let's take another example as well, like this one. This is also a good example for this. And one more I am going to take, which is this one. So we have got almost all quality of numbers available with us. Now what bot is going to do, first of all, it is going to replace any hyphen that is available in the contact number. So this 3 would look like after replacing hyphen, something like this. Next, what is supposed to do, it is supposed to fetch the last 10 digits of the number, like this one. But the problem over is we cannot directly put a substring because we don't know what would be the starting index. So from the front, because it could be a plus 91, it could be a 0, it could be just a 91 or a space. So we don't know. what is the index position from which that number is starting. So what the idea we are going through is we are going to reverse the whole string. So like for example, the first number would look like 6988578587. Okay, this is the reverse of the string, and further it will be 19 plus. Now we can just extract the 10 digits from the starting, that will be this, and again reverse it back, so that will give you your contact number, this one. Okay, this might seem a little bit going the round approach, not going a straightforward approach, but this is a good way to identify any kind of 8-10 digit number irrespective of from which country it belongs to. Okay, so I will just show how we have done this in UiPath. So here in the multiple assign, first just I will break this into subparts for your understanding. So first part is this one. Here current row 0.2 string, this is the actual mobile number. Then we are using a dot replace function to replace any hyphen with the blank space, so that way your hyphens would be removed and just the number value is available, and initially a plus sign is also available. Then after replacing the whole signs, I am doing a applying a reverse function over here. So what the reverse function does, it gives you a character array of the whole string in a reverse order. So for example, for this 78587, your reverse function will give you something like this. Okay, so we are going to join that using string.join. So a complete string is again available with you. Then you have put applying a dot substring function 0,10. So that way this complete string will be joined together as 6988578587. And then again you are going to reverse it after you have got your 10 digits, and again join it back, so you get the proper number. Because reversing a string, the reverse function works is to split your complete string into characters and store them in a set array of characters. Then finally again string.join. So this will be our final format for getting the 10 digit required number. And here your this current row 0.2 string is the actual number that you are trying to fetch from. Like this would be the value of current row 0.2 string. Okay, hope that is clear. So this was the only tricky part in this particular use case, that to fetch the last 10 digits specifically of the number. Then we are storing the seller email from column number 1, buyer number from column number 2, like this, same way as we did for the seller number. Then buyer email, plot number and square feet. So this we have acquired from the particular transaction row. Now this is we are applying the lookup to get the row index and the seller name. Those are the important things. So this is for the seller. The data table that we are retrieving is extract data table, which is this whole table that we extracted. So we are going to search for the seller's number in the column index 3, which is like 0 1 2 3. In this, which is the seller's number available over there, fetch its row number, row index and the name. So name would be your seller name and buyer name. Here it is seller name and seller row index, and in the buyer we have got buyer name and buyer row index. Then if your seller or buyer row index is -1, which won't be a case, you will never if you run this bot properly, this condition will always be false, because bot is going to find that number. But still, in case, you can throw in business exception and move on to the next transaction, or if you want you can simply remove it. Then comes the part of toggling that particular radio button in front of the seller. So for this, the trick was I am using only a selector with the strict selector, not using any fuzzy selector or image base. And for strict selector, the part is I have dynamic set the selector as dynamic for the row number. Like you can see in table row equals to comma 0. Let me just open this. So here what I have written, table row equals to seller row index plus 1 and your generic selectors for that particular radio button. So this table row is the only dynamic part over here. Now we are putting a seller row index plus 1 because by default a data table index starts from 0. So if it says that like if I jump over here, if it's like H Papa Rao and the index will come as 3, oh sorry, here you need to add a plus 1. H power of will come as 0 1 2 3, 3 plus 1 4. That's how you get your value. Okay, same for your buyer string dot format, and you can add the buyer row index plus 1. Then your type into plot number, just add a type into activities, find the selectors for the plot number. There is nothing specific over here. Same for square feet. Make sure that all your input types in the option is simulate, same as application and browser. Click on submit, get the transaction number, and then we are updating the transaction number in the current row variable. This you might have seen me doing in all the videos. That is why I'm going through a little bit fast over here. Then transaction details in table. So this is how we are creating the final table which we are sending back to the buyer and seller. So I have used an add data row activity for all those 5 rows, like booking number, comma, transaction number. Similarly for buyer name, buyer phone number, seller name, and seller phone number. Okay. And then we are reading the email template path which we have created over here in a mail body variable. Now to get the HTML content of the table, like we have created the dt underscore output as a data table variable, but we want it in our mail body. So for that we will have to convert it into an HTML string. The complete HTML format should be there. So for that we are using create HTML content activity, and if I just click on open editor, here I have what I have done, I have added one variable only, table. So to add this table, you simply need to go to add values, click on map data value, then you can click on add value table. Here it is table 1, and here you can pass the expression like tt underscore output. And once you click somewhere else, like let me just click over here, just clicking anywhere will just fix it, and you can click on OK. So for now let's remove it and then click on OK, and since I don't want to save anything. Okay, so once this is done, all your content will be stored in this html content 0.html file. And now the only thing is, currently what this html content is doing, it is putting your first row as a header. So but in our use case, the first row needs to be an header, it needs to be a single row. And there is another fault in this, that it does not detect your table's headers. Like if I have a header column 1 and column 2, so it is not going to detect that first row, it is simply going from the actual row, the actual data, and marking that actual first row as a header only. So that is an issue with this activity. So which is why at the top, when I created the build data table, there we have simply put it as column 1 and column 2, because this activity is not going to parse it. So how we are resolving that issue is in this assign activity. First, mail body, which is our this notepad content. Okay, where was that? This was email.txt. Yeah. So we are going to replace each of these keywords using this assign activity. Let me open it. So for seller, here I am replacing it with the seller name, buyer for buyer name, plot number with plot number, square feet and date time dot now dot toString. Now for booking details, what we are doing, we are replacing the closing th tag with closing td tag and closing the th with tag with td with tag. This way your table header will look like just like any other data column, and your table will look good. Okay, so this is the part you need to focus a little bit on. So once this is done, your mail body is ready. You can simply send out the email to buyer email, seller email. I put the transaction number over here, mail body, and these are the configurations for this. Make sure to mark this is body HTML as checked, and here in the name I have set is plotbot as per the requirement. After each transaction we are going to navigate back to the main page. So for that I am using go to URL, and then clear the data table, the dt underscore output which you are creating for a particular transaction, so that at every transaction a new data is there. And once you are done with the whole for each loop, you can simply right range this plot data, dt underscore plot data, back to the input file as an output sheet. So this way all your transaction numbers will be included in your record in the Excel. So hope you guys understood it. I will just show you a run through of this bot, how it looks like. This bot takes about let's see, I guess 2 minutes to run. So I will just close this all things and run it. While it is running, guys, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. You can press the bell icon or click on the subscribe button visible below the video. So bot has opened the booking line virtual page, and it must have extracted the data table by now. So it has started to do its process for the each transaction. Let's see. So it's Jagdish Kumar and buyer is Venkata, and it has filled up the values. And let's see in parallel about the mails that it might be sending. So I will just refresh my email account. So see, by now it has already sent me 2 emails. Then this is how it looks like. It is giving the your buyer and seller's name, the plot number, and the booking details. And this same it would be coming over in this email as well. These are the 2 emails I had mentioned over there. So this shows that 5 transactions have already been done, and this is your another email. So that's how this bot looks like. Let's wait for the bot to complete. And guys, if you have any kind of queries, any issues, you can always reach out to me. I might take time to reply back because these days I have been getting a lot of queries on my Gmail and LinkedIn. But yes, definitely based on my availability, I will reach out to you, because that's one thing I really like, talking with different people and getting to know each other more about different queries we can resolve together, because learning is more about sharing. Okay, hope you guys like these videos. You can always share your views if there is any other kind of videos you want. This is one playlist I am looking forward to complete, and I have some more plans in going backend which are going coming further, and some new playlists are coming over there. So if you like my videos, just please subscribe to my channel, so you are always notified with any new content that is available on my video channel. Let's see how many mails have been. Oh, 12 mails are already there. 15. I guess it must be ending soon. Yeah. So the amount of time it took, it was about 2,055,000 seconds. And let's see the final report. Yep. So here it has created an output sheet. I will just select this, and yes, so we have got all the transaction numbers for all the bot. It has already sent the emails. So guys, that's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye.